Might do another one later if you're not busy or if you need to be interrupted or something.
Yeah. If I'm here, I'm here. If I'm not, I'm not. I'm finishing off another cabinet for Julie, so.
Oh, don't come then. I don't want to be blamed.
No. I've got to wait for lacquer to dry between coats anyway, so.
Oh, look out, everyone! Dr. Bob's in the YouTube chat. Watch out!
Yeah. G'day, Blair.
How you going, Blair?
Now, that's a good expression I haven't heard for a long time. Howdy.
Doesn't Sarge say it all when he comes in?
I don't know. I can't remember, to be quite honest. Oh, g'day, Chris.
He doesn't come in very often anymore.
Yeah. Oh, he's busy working.
What's going on, Chris? I haven't watched your video yet that you put up. Oh, to be honest, I wasn't in the mood this morning.
So tell us how you figured out to fix it and fixed it.
Just a video
Everyone
that
want to know.
I think Robbo put into the group chat that we're in, and there was just one thing that guy did in the video that I thought I'd try out, and it worked.
Well, that's, as I said, I really didn't think you had the strength in your hands to be able to do it, so.
Oh. Everyone learnt something new, didn't they?
Yeah, well, that's right. You've learned something new. That's good.
Don't do it again.
Well, and sometimes when people have a real connection to something or somebody, they do extraordinary things as ordinary people.
Just before you say anything,
mother taking a baby and, running through a burning building and downstairs and all to get her baby out. Because she's got the adrenaline to do it, and she just happens to be breathing at the right time, and there wasn't flames. So many things have to happen.
Go on, Joe.
I'm leaving the tenon a little bit bigger because I need to leave the base a bit bigger. That's all. So if you notice me opening up the jaws a bit more than normal, then that's why.
G'day, JP. How are you?
How you going, JP?
And I'll get in first this time, Jamie. No, I'm not using carbides. I don't turn pens. It takes, in my opinion, 3 days for Danish oil to gas off properly before you can put lacquer over the top of it. What else can they hang it on me for?
Because you're from Australia and you're upside down?
Oh, yeah, that too, yeah. I think I've covered it all, JP.
Meow. Your virtual craft fair go all right this time round?
Yeah, I missed out on the acrylics too, sorry.
Oh. Cheeky mongrel.
I might have to start typing out a list, I think.
Yeah. Oh.
Hello, somebody's got an echo.
Yeah, I caught it. I had 2 of Jay on my phone trying to track which was actually live, and I picked the wrong one.
Why would anyone want 2 of me? I don't even want me.
Well, YouTube seemed to think so because it's underneath your normal stream.
How you doing?
Above it, I kept getting this message that you would start soon.
How you going?
Thought I'd pop in for a little bit. It's not looking a bit like Robbo.
Yeah, it's better hanging it on me in voice, isn't it?
I know, right? Yeah, festival went well, mate. Yeah, it went really well. So,
Fortunately, my skin is thicker than this board, so I don't care.
you, me both, mate. You, me both. Yeah, the next festival's booked for the 31st of July. We're already booked up, so that's good.
Oh, that's good.
So yeah, we was booked up within a couple of days. So
nice.
Yeah.
Well, I can't have done any good because nobody's asked me again.
We're trying to. It sounds weird because I do turning, but I've tried to reduce the amount of turners on there because it was getting a bit too much. I wanted it to be called. It's called the Craft Festival for a reason, not the Wood Turning Festival.
I agree with you.
And it was getting a bit too much. It was 3 turners, then there was something, then there was a wood turner, then there was something, then there was another 2 wood turners, then something.
Yeah.
And it was like it's not a craft festival; it's a wood turning festival with a couple of others.
That's right. I must admit, I loved the glass blower. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, the glass blowers aren't back this time. We thought we'd give them a bit of time off, but they'll probably be back the time after that.
Yeah, no, that was a very good presentation, I thought.
Yeah, they're fantastic. They are. So this time we've definitely got at least 1 confirmed metal worker. Metal worker. We'll say metal worker. They're going to do some forging.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So we've got a chainsaw carver this time as well.
I used to know a bloke that was a forger. He ended up in jail, unfortunately. Probably because he tried forging the wrong things.
Probably forging a few handcuff keys.
No, he went for when the new Xerox multicolour copiers came out. It started off as a joke. He started just copying some of the banknotes that we've got out here.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Unfortunately, somebody decided to distribute them.
Yeah.
How you going, Blair?
What happened is
Hello,
that you
Blair.
come up with
I'm going. Hey,
the-
Jamie. Hey, Bob. Hey, Robbo.
How you doing?
Hey,
So, my sister's officially got all of her paperwork ready. She'll be emigrating to Australia in July, I think, or June.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Where's she going to?
Melbourne,
Oh,
the Gold Coast. The Gold Coast.
Oh, that's Queensland.
Oh, Queensland. Sorry. Yeah, that's where she's going to. I don't know why I said
Oh.
Melbourne.
Oh, well, she'll be able to swim all year round up there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where she's going. She married an Aussie a couple of years back. So
Just a reminder, sharks are bad.
yeah, as soon as that's what I said. As soon as you enter Australia, just remember the whole country's trying to kill you. I might just send her a picture of Rob and just say, just keep an eye out on him.
No, she's fairly safe. She's 2,000 kilometres away from me. Might have to watch out for Neil. He's on the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
Oh, what's classed as the Gold Coast anyway?
well, I know when I first went to Australia, it was R&R in the military while I was in Vietnam. And I remember getting off the plane, and at that time, well, we didn't even get off the plane. We had a couple of Aussie, I don't remember the rank, but they were officers come on board and give us his 10-minute lecture of do's and don'ts. And oddly enough, there were some do's and don'ts that were definitely challenges, like you can't outdrink an Aussie in beer. So don't try. But the other one is everything here is out to kill you. And more than like, you be careful where you go, because a lot of the women of entertainment have diseases that can kill you too. And we're all looking at, what do you think us red-blooded Americans fighting in Nam would going to come back and the sense of humor I had to get used to, but it was a very unique sense of humor. It was insinuative, with an understood subject.
I remember I spent
G'day, Radar. How are you?
Hello, Radar. So I spent my 30th birthday in the States, in Boston, and what was funny about that was the Americans, their view of partying back then was very different to a Brits version of partying. So sort of like, we'll start a little bit early, shall we? So by 5 o'clock we started drinking, and I'm 5-6 beers in within the hour. And they're sort of like, you need to calm down a bit, don't you? I said, what are you talking about? We're getting a bit earlier. And they're sort of like, they're looking at an empty glass and saying, all right, I think it's time for you to, there's something wrong with your drink there. You're all right. It's sort of like, yeah, it's empty. You can't get another one. And it's sort of like, you need to calm down. Oh, hell no. So that was always quite funny. You show the one of the funny things was I showed them a few like Tommy Cooper sketches and the two Ronnies and I'm crying with laughter, and their faces are just stone, and I'm like, "Are you really not finding this funny?"
Yeah,
I always found that funny.
like it's a difference too between American mystery films and English mystery films. American mystery films, you see who did it, and then they've got to prove who to convict him. English ones, you never see who did it right until the actual end, and they're the better ones in my opinion.
Yeah. A lot of Americans tend to like Monty Python. I mean, I don't dislike it, but it's never my go-to kind of films or
No,
programs. You know.
I'm the same. I love the two Ronnies. I loved Hale and Pace. They used to really crack me up.
Yeah.
Benny Hill, it was all innuendo and everything, and you knew what was coming next, but that didn't matter. It was still funny. And Monty Python was my opinion, an upper class type of humour. That only yuppies sort of understood.
Yeah.
Well, and see, that's the thing though too, is people my age, we won't say what age that is, but that was like one of the most quoted groups ever, especially like the Holy Grail and Life of Brian and Meaning of Life. All you have to do is just say a couple lines and everybody would join right in.
Yeah.
There you go.
I must admit, I quote some of them.
Were memorized.
No, I must admit, there's a few quotes out of Monty Python I use. Yeah, come on, what's wrong with you? Still got one leg left.
Come back here, I'll bite your kneecaps off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Chris says that they weren't allowed to watch Benny Hill.
A lot of that sort of stuff was. Go on, mate.
Oh, I was just going to say, Benny Hill is just, it was a little too off color for the U.S. because we had this, morality, whatever that came out of the 50s and 60s, and
out of the McCarthy era.
Yeah, but that was regional. Definitely regional.
There's definitely a lot of stuff that just definitely would not be allowed to be shown now.
Oh, Jesus, you're dead right. If you show,
it depends. We got anything you want to see, you can see online today.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of programs that either they've taken offline as well, like that they refuse to show on Netflix and things like that. They've just wiped it straight from the system.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm afraid I have to go, gentlemen and ladies. If there's any watching, it is my lunchtime.
All right, mate. Enjoy your pen turning.
Yes, okay.
But use that carbide.
But it'll be an acrylic with carbide. All right.
All right.
And when hell freezes over and pigs start flying, you might happen.
See, what's funny about that is, Robbo, is I can crop out that first bit of what you just said.
Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah, do a picture like you did in Wayne's thing where he totally confused him with Photoshop. Yeah. All right. See you later. Have fun, boys.
See you later, mate. Take it easy.
Thanks, Jay. See ya.
Hey, going radar, and yes, it was a lot easier to get back together than what I thought it was going to be. So.
Well, I'm glad you got it back, Jay. I know you were frustrated last night, but that wasn't fun.
What is it you're making, Jay?
I'm just practicing shapes in wine stem.
Oh,
Basically.
okay. Okay. I
Just,
get you.
just doodling, basically. I bought some
Oh, I
cups,
see.
took the end off.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
You
I
got
got
your
some,
black based one, or is that in the house? Because that's gorgeous.
uh, oh, you mean the one with the marker on it? That's
Yeah.
one I did. It's just a knock up. I'm not, not willing to sell it or anything. It's just me practicing with pine, really. I don't even know if you can see the purple and the blue in that, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
You can see it. Yeah.
That
You
is
say
a
that that's mica
novelty.
powder.
Yeah, it's a color shift.
All right. I don't know if you saw the video I done where I used I just brushed on mica powder and then sprayed it with spray lacquer.
Oh yeah, I mixed it with clear nail polish,
That's a good idea.
and that's my grapevine stem that I've made. But again, it's just a tester. I got a whole heap more of grapevine the other day, so I can have a bit more of a play.
Mm-hmm.
Seems fitting to make wine glasses from grapevine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not
Yeah. There
a.
you go.
The catch is it's not a wood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I did this one as just a tester because the wood was all split up, and I knew it was going to crack like crazy. Just like a little stand for my whiskey glass to sit on, kind of thing. Nothing. Yeah. So, and the glue dries clear, so you can see right through it when it's done. But yeah, nothing. Just if you ask Robbo and Neil, who's another Australian that comes in, I've got no style. So I'm just practicing, just playing.
Well, I think in watching you for a year nightly, you're a verging artist that's in you, and it's just finding a way to get out. And wood turning has been one that evidently has supplied a learning field and in techniques of what you can do with wood. Now you're taking wood and adding glass to it.
Mm.
Hey,
So
Jamie,
I see
I
it
can
as
give you.
an artist, thinking about what to do.
If you want to, if
Van
you need
Gogh
to
did that. He
if you
was
need to make some,
notorious for that when he started.
sorry, if you need to make some more memes, you need to go and watch yesterday's live. All right, Jamie. All right.
Make it some of what? Sorry.
If you need to make some fresh memes, you need to go to my live from yesterday when I was flipping the lid.
All right. Okay. I remember that.
Yeah, I figured you would.
So what's your other half doing in the art field? Biography, painting, what now?
Fart art. Fart art.
Fart art? Is that
No,
musical farting?
yeah, that's it.
Musical flagellations.
No, she's not doing anything, Dr. Bob. Just vegging on her phone, Just vegging. Don't tell Robbo, but the pyro machine's been put away.
But she was so good at it.
Yeah,
Not
she
was, is.
gets rather demotivated in the winter time.
Yeah, my other half's like that. My other half's good at pyrography, but she just, I don't know, gives up.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I let it go. You can buy stencils dime a dozen, so she does that a lot. She likes to shop online a lot, so I just let her go.
So Blair, what have you turned today?
Nothing. I actually got called out on a service call and then came back and ate a little something and saw you guys were on, and here I am. I'm going to jump out of here in just a little bit. My daughter and I are going to go take some photographs.
Nice.
She does sunsets and stuff like that, and we have some pretty cool sunsets. So yesterday we when I took off and had dinner, we went up on the mountain, and there's a hill that we have hang gliders and parachute gliders, and it's just perfect. And I mean, the sky was just swarming with these guys, and it's so perfect that these people that are in these parachutes, they just hang in midair, and they can do stunts and stuff like that, but it's best in the world for doing it. And so we were up there and she was taking some photos, and we're going to go back and do it again.
Nice.
Where was that?
It's in Draper, Utah.
Okay.
And if ever you've heard of something called the Widowmaker.
Yes.
Okay, the Widowmaker used to be in Utah, and I think they've moved it, but it's the hill where they used to do the Widowmaker in the 70s and early 80s.
Yep. Know where that's at.
Is that the thing with the hole? Is that the hole inside the rocks?
No, it was people that were like tweaking out motorcycles, and I mean basically racing straight up the side of a mountain.
Okay. I don't know what it is I'm thinking of then.
So how close are you to the Great Lake?
I am probably maybe about 20 miles.
Oh. I when I was young and was out there, I didn't believe that you could almost walk on it.
Yeah, it's really salty. If you get in it, you can't drown. You just float.
Yep, that's what I found out.
It doesn't matter how big you are, how small you are. It's really salty, really smelly, but it's kind of cool.
It's something everybody's got to do as a tourist, that's for sure, regardless of age. Yeah. When I was out there, because I used to ski there outside of town back when I was younger and a ski bum, about 1.5 years, 2 years. That wasn't a lifestyle for me. But I was doing it under the guise of helping to form mountain search and rescue units. In reality, it was the girls.
Yeah,
so I took the job. The girls and free skiing. And if you take advantage of free skiing, you're a ski bum.
That is for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie, what have you been up to? I haven't caught any of your videos lately.
Basically just been putting out videos and organising the craft festival. That's really about it.
When's the craft
that's
festival?
about it. That's been and gone, mate. It was Saturday just gone.
God, I missed it.
Yeah, that was on. Next one has been already. The date's already been organised for the 31st of July.
Cool.
So, yeah. So just got to finish up organising that now.
I really appreciated it following through. I went through, I don't know, a dozen or so.
Well, I
Yeah.
can't believe I'm saying this, but if anybody falls through and I can fill in, I'll fill in.
All
There's
right,
some
mate.
things I can make.
Well, we'll get your name down. At the moment, we've got everyone booked up, but there's still a chance someone could pull out
Sure,
for whatever
it
reason.
happens.
There's some people that haven't even that have said that they would, but haven't actually confirmed. So we'll see.
Okay. And, you know, honestly, it would scare the crap out of me having that many people watch me. But, you know, hey, it fills time. And like I said, there's some things that I can do that are pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. So
Anyway.
the first one was really successful.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
I mean, the very first one was really successful. I mean, we was putting. I mean, I had I think 300 people in at one point. And then after that, we was doing them once a month, and then it got to a point where I was really busy, and I just couldn't cope with doing it nearly on my own. Carl was obviously there, and he was doing his as much as he could. Bearing in mind he's doing a full-time job as the Woodshop TV. So that's when I was like, Dale, help me. Do you know what I mean? So that's when Dale kind of come over and took over the reins of some of the computer side of the stuff, and Dale done a lot of the stuff as well, and kind of took a lot of the stress off of me. But I still send out all the emails and contact everybody and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's still a lot of work, but not as much, thanks to Dale.
That's good. I'm glad you got some help. That's a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah. So yeah, it's I mean, especially with not this one just gone, but the one before. We weren't really paying attention, and we got caught right up in the middle of a time change. So the day we was doing it, we was America was going from, or America was changing to daylight savings time.
Right.
So we was trying to figure out, right, you're on at that time, so that means that you're on at that time, but that the hours are changing, and what do we do? You know.
What a mess.
So it was horrible. So all of a sudden, I've gone from starting at 10 o'clock in the morning to now I'm starting at 9 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, it was horrible. You know. But yeah, I mean, it can be very stressful sometimes.
Well,
but
cool.
we get there. We get there.
Jay, that's really cool. You know, you could even make that like a pen holder.
Yeah.
And give it to Robbo.
Yeah, like an inkwell.
Yeah. He's awfully creative.
I don't know if you like that or not.
You're right back, aren't you, Blair?
Yeah, give it to him for one of his acrylic pens that he's turned.
The only problem is they're 40 foot long.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, well, gentlemen, I am gonna pop out of here, so I will catch you guys later.
I'm gonna have
Jamie,
to do
good
the
to see you.
same.
Bob,
Yeah, and you, mate.
care,
And I'll be in touch if anyone drops out, mate.
All right, thank you for the pair of yous for coming in. Do appreciate it.
Take it easy, boys.
Yep.
Yep, you too.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
I mean, as delicate as that is, I think you're up to even doing finials now.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I wouldn't mind investing in some smaller tools to do that type of stuff. Oof. You can see you can't, but I can see right through the stem.
I can see the light through it.
See if I can get this light to do it properly.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Pine is good to practice on because it cuts so nicely.
Yeah.
But it still is fiberless on the end grain part of it because
Yep.
that's why pine grows so quick. It has bigger capillaries to suck the water off, what little water there is. And in drought, the nice thing about a pine tree is it can live on less, but
Yep.
it can hold a lot more water,
Oh yeah.
within the system in the tree.
Yep. The gluing part takes a while. I have to set it to the
Yeah.
side. I got a piece of red gum. I wouldn't mind trying as a stem.
You ought to do that tomorrow night then.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing it tonight. I've just got a couple of tenons to take off now.
I'll tell you a trick that I did, and I still use it today.
Yep.
But on my big lathe, is that I'll take a piece of wood, the distance between the rails,
Yep.
the bedways, and just about a half an inch to a quarter of an inch smaller, and
Yep.
then fasten it to a piece of cheap uh, wood, typically strand board. You know what that is? Just big wood chips and strands of wood all stuck together and under pressure.
Yep. It looks similar
Usually,
to.
yeah, but you see all these big pieces there, and it's hard
Yeah.
to screw into. You have to nail to make it work.
Yep.
Because there's no grain in it. It's basically scrap wood, glue, and pressure. But I use that as a top, and it makes a nice workbench area, and the length of it is the distance between your banjo up against the headstock minus about 2 inches or an inch
Yep.
for space to your tailstock at the farthest it can go. And it gives you a nice work surface you can just slap down there right where you're doing something and work with your hands like a portable workbench. And when you're done, you lift it off and you go back to it.
Yep. Yeah, I get what you mean.
And I use it. I use that all the time. I don't go out to the other end of my shop to get to the workbench. I just sit that up there, and I can sit down. And why I say you need about an inch to an inch and a half is you want to be able to lock it down. So what you do is you use the banjo to push the wood between the headstock or the banjo and the tailstock. So it wedges it in there, and since it fits tight, when you lean on it, if you lean on it, which I have done and learned the hard way,
Yes.
the wood is so thick it won't tip easily between the bedways.
Yep.
So it adds some stability to it, and it gives a nice work area to sit and do something like that. But all you need is a bar stool.
Yep.
And
Right.
there's something, at least around here in our thrift shops, that type of stuff you show up all the time. People redecorate their house and they don't want the old stuff.
Yeah, I could maybe just make one.
Yeah, because you turn the legs and you can turn the spindles between the legs, the braces, and the top.
Yep. All right, so I made myself another jam chuck yesterday, so that I can take off. I got a couple of small bowls and dishes and stuff like that that I've made over the last couple of months, and then just flung off to the side. I've generally just let them pile up for a month or two, and then do them all in one day. All right, Sid said he's going to pop in.
I see that.
So, what have you been making in your shop lately?
I've been working on. I got a piece of wood that's black walnut, but it is the hardest I have ever had to work with ever.
Is that similar to that piece that kept bounced out on you?
Yes, and because it's extremely dry and hard.
Yep.
And I shaped it to do a bowl out of it, and was going to see what I could do because I've had a request by my sister for a nut bowl.
Yep.
Now, the neat thing about a nut bowl is, the tools you use, like a nut cracker and picks to pick nuts apart.
Yep.
I've got a set that she sent me, and the center of the bowl actually will have a piece come up. You just don't glue it in. You just turn it because it's hard enough wood. So it's like a spindle. It comes up like a golf tee, but there's big enough holes in it to put the nutcracker and two picks.
Oh, yeah.
And that'll stick in it. And it's just for a big nut, a nut bowl.
Yep.
Except I can't even sand it to get a decent looking anything because it is so freaking hard.
What about if you do the metho trick or some flammable liquid, spray it on there and then light it? See if that makes any difference.
You'll have to try that because I do have the alcohol.
Yep.
Yeah, and I have both mentholated spirits, and I also have full alcohol. It's fuel for an alcohol stove. It's about as pure as you can get.
Yep.
And I keep them in different bottles. Well, the methyl is white, so people don't go drinking it.
Yes.
But I use that for cleaning.
Oh, yeah.
sometimes I'll get stuff on a lathe, on the lathe bed or something, a finish of some type, and I want to get it off without sanding. I'll try to use that to dilute it and clean it.
Yes.
And mentholated spirits they're cheap because it's got this white stuff in it. And you can't use it for paint or mixing in paint or anything. So I use the other, which is fuel for an alcohol stove, and it's much purer.
Oh, as long as it works.
That's yep, and it takes right off the bedways, the lathe ways.
Yep. Well, that's pretty nice. I'm just undoing that so I can take that out.
Ah, yeah. I've got one with it in and one without. Yep. And I've got one that is threaded, so I have a bunch of ends I can thread on it.
I've got one here that would have been perfect for it. It's from an old pen mandel saver kit. It's basically got this end on it with no point on it, but I can't seem to find it, which is normal in my shed these days.
So you have pixies, gnomes, elves, gremlins. What do you call them in Australia?
Yep. Because I had to move a lot of my stuff around to get this other lathe in there. It's kind of it leaves me scratching my head when I'm looking for stuff.
Yeah, you have to get used to it. Be in new places.
And then I'll get another lathe and a new shed.
Yeah, need to make some shelves that you can just screw to the metal.
Yeah, I've got a boatload of magnets that I'm going to use in the other shed. I got these. They're very small.
Yeah.
But they're very strong.
Huh.
Very strong. So they hold my pliers and everything to the
that is strong.
They don't slide or anything, so it's there. I bought a couple of hundred of them about a year ago and had intention of using them in the shed, and they've come in handy.
I got magnets, as you've seen. I think you've seen my lathe setup. Yep. Holding everything to the lathe or to the air system above the lathe, so I can just reach up and grab it.
Yeah.
Because in my old age, as an old fart, I'll put it somewhere and forget where I put it.
The distance between my head and the roof. If I went to hang something up there, I'd always be banging into it.
Yeah, you'd be best putting it outside.
Right.
Well, Radar is leaving us. He's got to go to work in the morning.
All right, thank you for coming in. Appreciate it. My worst fear is this is putting too much pressure on it and splitting the plate.
Yeah. Why? What are you going to take off? The little rim? The foot?
The little tenon there, yeah.
You could just finish it as a foot because that lifts the plate up off the table some.
I've wanted to make this the feet here, this bit, this edge bit here, because it does go up just slightly in there.
Okay. You need to update your description on your YouTube channel.
Why's that? What's it
You're
got?
still referencing your mini lathe.
Oh. I'll do that later.
Oh, of course, I just saw it and I was.
Thank you.
I'm
realize.
looking for your donation page.
Oh, it's if you go to the live for the day, and then actually look in the description for the live. Sorry, that's where it is.
Okay. Okay, now I'm confused. I went to description and it said that you started streaming 6 minutes ago. You're over 200 subscribers now.
How you going, Sid?
How you going, mate?
All right. Yeah, just over it. Yes.
Howdy, Sid.
How you going, Dr. Bob? I can't get either of my Bluetooth headsets to work, so I'm working off the mic on the laptop.
Oh yeah. I'm just trying to find something for Dr. Bob.
Yeah, under description, it said you started streaming 6 minutes ago. Something screwed up. And I can't pronounce the description of what you're doing.
No, you're not meant to.
SDFGH.
That's because he was swearing.
I just ran my fingers across the keyboard.
So that's Aussie swearing.
Yeah.
That's more polite than what we get.
We've had a bit of a hectic few weeks here.
Yeah. What's going on?
We had some feral pigs, which are a priority pest. We had 14. I think we've got one left.
That's all right, man.
But it's been keeping me busy.
Yeah, I bet.
So you go out like the big white hunter with your rifle, or do you use traps?
We use stealth, Dr. Bob. We use cameras and traps and feed and poison.
Sounds like well organized.
Just means there's a lot of time invested in making it work, that's all.
Yeah, I couldn't seem to find anything there, Dr. Bob. I'm not too sure. I'll have to have a look later.
Okay, no problem.
So that's what I did today, Sid, so far. Just messing around with, as Robbo and Neil put it, trying to get some style into this bit here.
Okay. Where'd you get the top from?
Carp. They got them from Salvos. I got the Salvos here sell them for 20 cents a cup, and then the Rotary has a charity shop you can go to as well, and they sell them for $1 a cup.
Are they plastic or glass?
No, it's glass.
Cool.
I got a couple different ones. I got this one here.
I've seen them in plastic, like as a party cup.
Yep.
I haven't seen glass ones before.
Thought I'd try. This one's got grapes
nice.
engraved into it.
Yep.
So I'll see if I can make a stand for that.
Oh, so you take the stem off yourself, do you?
Yeah.
I thought they were a stemless one, so yeah, okay.
This one's got some flowers engraved on it.
Yep.
No, just heat and extreme cold basically cracks the glass. So all you really want to do, you got a couple of choices, only because I've discovered different ways of doing it by experimenting. But you can get you can do it with a flammable liquid like Kero or something like that. Wrap a bit of twine around where you want it to break, and then soak that bit in Kero, and then light it. Or you can just get a little windproof lighter from the servo or whatever, and just hold the cup and turn it around and hold that lighter right where you want it to crack, and it basically does the same thing as well, but you don't have to have the chemicals and stuff.
So what do you do then? Dip it in water or something?
Yeah, just get a bucket of water and dunk the whole stem in the water, and you'll hear it crack.
Cool.
It's quite easy, to be honest. I've bought Amber and I between us have bought about 7 different glass cutters, and they're all stuffed up one way or another. This way works perfect every time.
Yeah, it's the way we used to. Good day, Sid. I've already said good day to Dr. Bob earlier, so no, that's the best way of cutting bloody stems off. Or even bottles, like we used to do bottles for inserts in vases.
Yep.
And just wrap two rings of string around, soaked in Kero.
Yep.
We used to use. Just light the end of it, and then straight into very cold water.
Another thing I want to try too is I seen it when I was in Queensland a couple of years ago. Is what they done right is they'll cut the bottle about here.
Yeah, that's what we used to do. Cut them down there.
And then glue this part here. This would be the glass stem, and this would be the base. You see, so you glue that underneath, and you got a really big cup. I've seen heaps of them done like that in Queensland and the markets over there. I wouldn't mind giving that a go. Good summer cup, you see.
Yeah.
Hey, Robbo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's starting to look a lot better. Yeah. All you need to do is just sharpen up the outlines a little bit and it'll be fine.
Yeah, that was just a practice one. I made that one. The light goes right through that one. That's how thin that one is. But yeah.
No, that's looking much better, Jay.
Cheers.
And did you have a look at the end of the film, did you, Sid, to see how to put that belt on?
Yeah, I did it the opposite way around. I go the big pulley at the top first and put it onto the small pulley at the bottom.
Yeah.
2 reasons. One, you can put it in 10th gear and that top pulley's open all the way up. And on the bottom pulley, you can get your hand or whatever you're pushing with all the way around where you can't with the shroud on the top pulley. And you've only got to wedge the bottom pulley open about 5 mil, enough to start the belt in it.
Yeah, no, I didn't think Jay would be able to force the pulleys open like the bloke did, but he ended up doing it that way. So
yeah, I didn't do it like that, but yeah, he got it on, so he did well.
Yeah.
With mine, I couldn't pull the pulleys apart like that on mine. The bottom spring's too strong. I reckon his bottom spring's weakened. Or on the jet lathe, because that bottom pulley's bigger, it doesn't need as much tension to get the friction to drive it.
Yeah. Anyway, problem solved.
And you may notice there's no tick in the lathe anymore.
Yeah, funny about that.
So the 2 grub screws on the drive were loose as well.
Yeah. Whoa. Went a bit far, did we, Jay?
That's why I turned the lathe off, because I noticed it moving. That's all right. No biggie.
Yeah, you got to be a little bit careful, Chris. Putting cold glasses into hot water doesn't help either sometimes. Same thing. Particularly fine glasses.
Yes. Years ago, when I was being a ski bum at a ski resort in Idaho, was it Utah? I had a part-time job in the kitchen doing dishes that paid for my food. And we had characters there that get mad at their boss, and they would take a rack of glassware and put it in the walk-in freezer and hide it, let it sit there all day long at the beginning of shift. And as they were getting off shift, they'd walk over to the dishwasher station, put that basket next in line, and hit the cycle button, and whatever was in there would finish the cycle quickly, push it out with the one that was out in the freezer, close the door, turn on the hot water, and you'd hear the glasses all shatter.
Yeah. I don't know why that's moving around so much, Jay. How big's the bottom on the bit in the chuck? Might have to drop the speed down a little bit. It may be heavy on one side.
I was going to finish it on the sander now, I think.
All right.
I got to go. I got one kid that if I don't sneak upstairs and knock on his door to scare the ever-loving out of him, because he was supposed to have the internet automatically turned off a half hour ago, and he has figured out how to cheat the system. I just want to knock on the door and tell him he didn't, and say, oh, by the way, and then turn it off.
You meanie.
But they got school tomorrow.
Oh, thank you for coming in, Dr. Bob.
Yeah, well, we've got another week of lockdown.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Oh, well.
Well, we're here in Michigan. A great majority of it are free to go without masks if you've had both sets of shots, and uh, and that's because they've really been pushing it here in the big populated areas. We still got several small counties that, for some reason, don't believe in getting shots, and it's religious beliefs or blah blah whatever. But it's like they are released from the mask wearing, but they don't anyway. Because if it's God's will, it's going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
Attitude. And it's unfortunate because that's where they all, if they look at the contact tracing, a lot of the adjoining people from counties are getting it from their area.
No, we're not allowed to travel out of Melbourne to regional areas. It's going to knock the hell out of the ski season when it opens next weekend, that's for sure.
You got ski on the mountain, snow on the mountain?
I wouldn't have a clue. I haven't checked.
Don't you go skiing, Robbo?
Nah, mate. cold, wet, slushy stuff it is, as far as I'm concerned.
I wouldn't know. I've never seen it.
Haven't you?
The closest I've been to snow is on the one trip overseas. I went to New Zealand. I saw snow on the mountaintops.
Oh, yeah.
From a long way away. That was close enough.
Oh, we actually walked up the glacier there. That was interesting.
You remind me, Sid, of when I was in the military. Just out of boot camp, we had in tech school had a member of the class that happened to be from Hawaii, and they had never seen snow. They had never been near snow in their life, except seeing it on TV, and that's what they wanted to do. So one weekend, and this was early. What was it? Late fall. It was early fall, where they had snow on the mountains, like Pikes Peak, and we took him up there, and we couldn't believe it. He's wearing his Hawaiian shorts and tank top and jumping in snow drifts and having a ball. He'd never seen real snow up close. He was always told that ice shavings, like you'd have in a drink, was snow. Needless to say, within a week, he was in the infirmary. His first cold.
Yeah. Nah, they can have snow. Not interested in it.
Maybe when you were younger. I don't care for snow now because I can't go skiing. Cross-country skiing, downhill skiing, ice skating. All the things that made snow fun. But I can still throw snowballs at the teenagers around here. Then I got to run and hide because their accuracy and aim is getting better. And I get no breaks for being an old man.
Well, that's what happens if you fire the first shot, you see.
Oh,
G'day, Effie.
G'day, Effie.
Well, I just tried to upset him
Chris, if you're still
by
there,
slowing his internet speed down, and it didn't work. So I'll follow along later when I get him asleep, and I'll be in bed because I've been up since 5 o'clock our time.
Yeah. See you later, Bob.
Yep. Hopefully see you tomorrow, Sid.
Yep. See you, Bob. I don't know.
See you later, Bob.
Yep.
Yeah, I won't be on for much longer either. I've got to put the next coat of lacquers and things on.
And I'll have to go back to work. You'll be all on your own again, Jay.
No, Amber's just come out and said my lunch will be nearly ready soon, so I'll bugger off too.
Well, everyone's running away together.
Yeah.
Yep.
All going and hiding.
Right.
Okay, I'll catch you all later.
See you, Robbo.
See you later. clean. This cleans the lathe good. This does.
Is that your nebulizer thing?
Yeah.
That's cool. Was that running enough power? Did you work out run enough power to do your airbrush?
No.
Okay.
No, it's not the. I was looking at the wrong scale. It's not the
Okay.
liters. It's not the liters per minute I need to be looking at. It's the psi.
Yep. Yeah, they don't need a lot of air, but they need a high pressure.
Yeah. Well, it said it needed up to 50, at least a minimum of 15.
Yep.
A minimum of 15, and this one only has 1 psi. I went and looked.
Yeah, might be a little bit underdone.
Yeah, so I think it was because the lines are pressurized just ever so slightly, just that little bit of pressure to get the air to go through.
Yeah. Well, I know the airbrush kit I bought that I haven't actually opened up yet was a Bunnings one. Had a little compressor and an airbrush set with it, and it wasn't all that dear.
Yeah. Do you know what?
It was a Zito one.
They don't sell it anymore because I went to go and buy one after I bought this. I bought one for $25 a kit, and it didn't come with a compressor. And I went online and had a look, and it showed the one that you're talking about. And you go scroll down to the bottom, and it says not available in store or online.
Oh, bugger.
And then I actually went there and asked anyway because I had to go there for something else, and they said they no longer stock the product.
Well, they're probably the only ones that are stocking the Zito stuff too, I suppose.
Yeah, well, this airbrush is actually a Zito as well, the one that I brought. So
yeah,
they've got a customer service line, so I might email that and see if they can help me out.
Yeah, I must have got lucky because I saw it sitting. I can't remember how much it was, but it wasn't very much.
Yep,
that was
this one was $80, I think, $80 or $90.
Yeah, it was under $100. I was sure it was under $100, and it was only a little air compressor tank. The whole box was only,
Yeah. Yep.
But that's all you need for that, and plus that air compressor is actually capable of pumping up a car tire if you need to. Just takes longer.
Yep. Well, the one that I've looked at now is actually the compressor is dedicated to the pen, and the compressor is tiny. It's only like this.
Okay.
But it pumps out up to 50 psi. So
I bought another airbrush too on eBay, but I don't know where I put it. I've got to find it. Because I was looking at some of the stuff Nick was doing with colours, and so it's a good option with some of the woods, like some of the stuff I'm doing out of pallets where the wood's nothing special.
Yep.
A bit of colour's a good option.
And next time I see you, I'll give you some. To be honest, it looks like fishnet stockings, but it's just something Amber bought me ages ago. It's a massive sheet.
I don't know whether I like this proposal, Joe. Fishnet stockings. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but
Yeah, I tried it once and I didn't really like the result, and that was with a spray can. So I'm kind of hoping
Oh yeah. You could try it. Have you seen who is it? Wayne the wood turner. He puts paint on and then dabs it with stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
That might be worth trying that with a little piece to actually paint it with a spray can and then upset the coat with that rather than try and spray through it.
Yeah.
Could give you a good effect.
Bluey the other week on one of his videos, he was using a Coles bag to get an effect, scrunching the Coles bag up and squashing it over the paint.
Who was that?
Bluey.
Who's Bluey?
Bluey Pastel, his name is. He comes in here a little bit.
I'll have to have a look. I'll have to try and find him.
All right. I'll see if I can find him.
Is that his channel name?
Yeah.
got like a Japanese bloody no.
No, I don't reckon that's him.
That's just Bluey. It's not Bluey Pastel. Blue Gum Aussie. What are you?
I'll find it later and send you a link if you want.
Yeah, okay, cheers. Oh, no, yeah, no, I've got him. I'm subscribed to him.
Yeah.
Louis Pastel Wood Turning.
Yeah. He's pretty modest. He does some nice stuff, but he won't admit it.
Stuff through there.
Sorry?
Just having a quick look through. He has got some nice stuff.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to knock it on the head. I've had my my knock for lunch.
The window knocker, right, mate? Take care.
Yeah. You too.
I'll see you again soon, hopefully.
Yeah, no worries. Take it easy.
See ya.
See you later, Effie. Thanks for coming in. And anyone else in the background, see you later. That was what I did for today. Nothing too flash, just doodling.